Hey, what's going on guys? Jolts here, back with another build video, and today we're going over Sleet Zane. Yes, I know, finally a Zane build. I've been putting it off for too long, so we're finally doing it today. Let's do it. Now, with this build, you're going to be moving lightning fast and also doing really good damage. So yeah, let's jump into the build and show you what you need. I do want to mention too, this build is not dependent on anointed gear, but it will help if you have it. First up, we have the Maggie, and this is going to be good for taking down some of the tougher enemies, or if you want to completely shred the trash mobs, you can do that too. Just unload a mag into their face and they will die even on Mayhem 4. Creator's EMP5, not required. If you don't have this, you can always do a Nighthawk in 2. With this gun, when you hold it, you're going to get more movement speed, and the faster you move with the skill Violent Momentum, the more damage you get. Again, not required, but if you do have it, that'll be pretty nice. The Brainstormer, so there's going to be times where there's a lot of mobs in one location, and instead of picking them off one by one, you can use this and chain them all and kill them all at once. Dictator, this is going to be used for decent damage and also getting my action skill back. We'll go over that in a bit. Alright, here's one of the main keys to the build. You want to use low-leveled shields. Now, it doesn't have to be level 1, but the lower the level, the better. If you haven't heard, there is a way to farm level 1 gear. It involves co-op. What you do is have a friend farm something while you have a level 1 set in the lobby. Once the player farming gets a drop, have the level 1 join and claim their level 1 version of it. Now, if you're against using that kind of farming technique, then you can always use a multivitamin too. Jump into normal mode and pick one up at Athena's. The reason we want a low-level shield is because Sentinel is going to regen it for us. By using the static field augment, Sentinel is going to shock the enemy and regen your shield instantly. With the full shield, you're going to be getting 2 major bonuses in your green tree. The Hex, you can use whatever you want, but Sentinel is going to be throwing grenades. So ideally, you want to use something that's homing. For the class mod, you have so many different options. Basically, you want to boost the Synchronicity skill as much as you can. You can boost it with a Cold Warrior, you can boost it with a Rabble Rouser comm, you can boost it with a Agent comm, you can boost it with, there's one more, I can't think of it. I would say just farm a vendor, get yourself a good Rabble Rouser. And then finally we have the, oh, that's for bossing. Let's put on our, Icebreaker Auto Idle. Now, you don't need the Auto Idle, but you want to have something that's Icebreaker. When enemies are frozen, in which, they will be with this build, you're going to be getting 35% more damage. The Auto Idle is nice because if I get a kill, I can regen some HP too. But it's not required. A Cryo Lucian's Call, really good for mobbing, not really for bossing. Nighthawkin, if you don't have the Creator EMP5, you can use this. The Crossroads, really good for point blank in the enemy's face. All the Cutsmans for bossing. All the Lyudas for bossing. The Execute, a good choice for bossing. You can debuff the enemy's defense. Dictators of all the elements for, of course, bossing. The Eruption, really good for a one-on-one with a boss if you have, no mobs around. This will heavily debuff the enemy's defense. Another Hex, not really using it. Double Transformers in case I want to, do a high-level shield for the build. The Cut Purse Launchpad, it's more for emergency if I need it. By slamming the floor, I will send out rockets and they will home into enemies. What's weird is the rockets count as melee hits. So with it being Cut Purse, when the rockets hit the enemy, I regen ammo. It's a pretty cool combo. Elemental Projector, that's for bossing. So if I apply a damage over time to myself with the low-level sellout, I will get a 90% damage boost. Another random Icebreaker, we're not really using it. Snowdrift for getting around if I need it. We covered that, and we covered that. Alright, let's go over the build. So for the build, we're going to be focusing on the Dome and the Drone. And first up, we have the Barrier. At range, you're never going to die, and with the Barrier up, you're going to have bonus damage on your shots. So Adrenaline, the more shield I have, the more cooldown I get for my action skill. Normally with the build, your action skill should not be running out very often. But there are going to be times where it does run out, and this is going to be perfect for getting it back. So the more full your shield, the more cooldown you get. Your shield's going to be full all the time, which means you're going to get max bonus out of this. Hardy Stock, doesn't matter, we don't want more shield, we want to have less, so we don't need that. Ready for Action, we don't need that either because Sentinel is going to regen our shield instantly. Brain Freeze, this skill is amazing. So when you score a critical hit, you can slow down enemies and keep shooting them until they're frozen. That means you can freeze enemies with any type of weapon. It could be fire, corrosive, whatever. Stiff Upper Lip, a little damage resistance, always good. Only 2 points there to move down the skill tree. Rise to the Occasion. Now there could be times where you take a nasty damage over time, and with this it'll counteract that damage and make sure you don't die. Confident Competence. When your shield is up, which will pretty much be all the time, you're getting bonus 35% gun damage and 33% accuracy. That is definitely worth 1 point. Really expensive jacket. You will wash off your damage over time a lot faster. Utility Belt, really good for not dying. You will take a lot less damage. Refreshment, you only need 1 point there. When you damage a frozen enemy, you will heal. And 8% of a Maggie shot or a Brainstormer chain is going to get you back to full health. Calm, Cool, Collected. This skill is very, very strong. So whenever you freeze an enemy, your shield's going to be full again. If your shield is full, you're going to regen health. And if your health is already full, you're going to have immediate action skill cooldown. So what's going to happen is you're going to be full HP and shield pretty much all the time. And if you score a critical hit using the Brain Freeze skill, the enemy is going to automatically freeze and give you all your cooldown back. What's also really crazy about this is with Brain Freeze, if you score a critical hit on something that doesn't freeze, like, an anointed enemy or a boss, it will still count as freezing the enemy and giving you instant cooldown. So no matter where you are, as long as you're hitting crits, you're going to have your action skill up all the time. As for the augments, what really sucks about the barrier is if you pick it up, you don't get any of these. These don't count at all. If the barrier is on the floor, then you do get the bonuses. So the only two that affect the barrier while you're holding it are the ones over here. All-rounder, your barrier becomes a dome and you will be protected from all sides, and deterrence field. If you simply walk up to the enemy and touch them with your barrier, they will stagger. That means you can walk up to like an anointed militant and keep poking him over and over with the barrier, and they will be stuck in the infinite stagger chain. Alright, now for blue tree we have the Sentinel. It will fly around and shoot. Yeah, that's it. It's more about the augments that we're going to have with this thing that make it good, and we'll get to that in just a second. Violent speed, and when you get a kill you get more movement speed, and this will also stack twice. So you can get a total of 50% movement speed. If you combine all that movement speed with violent momentum, you can do some pretty nasty damage. So at default walk speed you're getting 20% gun damage, but if you're running around shooting you're getting so much more out of this. Now I did a lot of testing on this and I don't think there's a cap on this skill. Just from one test I did, I was getting 120% bonus damage from moving really fast. Yeah, this skill is ridiculous. Keeping it simple, the faster you move the more damage you get. Drone delivery, so the Sentinel is going to throw my grenade. And what's really cool about this is it also applies the anoint too. So on grenade thrown, I'm getting 25% bonus damage for 6 seconds. Like I said before, you can use any grenade you want, so if you really want to get this anoint, just farm a vendor and find some random grenade for this. Salvation, when you get a kill, you have some lifesteal. Unlike the refreshment skill for healing, you don't have to damage a frozen enemy. You can heal on whatever you want. 1 point seems to be plenty there if you're using the Maggie. Death follows close, you're going to have more duration and bonuses on your kill skills. That's going to apply to your futility belt, also violent speed, salvation, and I think one over here, yeah, Donnybrook too. So you're getting a lot more out of those. For the drone, we applied bad dose. Sentinel will shoot out a beam of radiation that weakens enemies and buffs you. You'll be getting more movement speed and fire rate, and enemies will have less movement and attack speed. And static field, we covered that before, so with a low level shield, you're going to have that full all the time. Finally, for the orange tree, we have synchronicity. With 10 out of 5 on this from your class mod, you're getting 40% more damage per active action skill. So with both your drone and dome active, you will always be getting an 80% damage boost. Borrowed time. You will have increased action skill duration for each active action skill. Now, I did a lot of testing with this, and I feel like I need the full 5 points. I want there to be no risk of my action skill running out mid-fight. If you feel like you're good at freezing enemies and you don't need all that duration, go ahead and put 2 points out of this into Donnybrook and max that out. But yeah, finally we have Donnybrook, so when you get a kill, you're going to have more gun damage and health regen. This is a really good skill and can stack twice. Yeah, that's it for the skill trees, so let's go ahead and go show off the build. Alright, so we're over here at the Slaughter Shaft, and you can see we're on Mayhem 4. We have bonus assault rifle, although we're not really going to focus on using the Dictator as much. It's only going to be for freezing. So let's start it up. So our setup is the same. So the Maggie, EMP5, Brainstormer, Dictator, Bandit Sidorak, you can use whatever low-level shield you want. The Hex, Icebreaker Auto Idol, and a Cold Warrior. Same spec. And yeah, let's go ahead and get our barrier and the drone. So we got her. Okay, a lot of enemies here. Let's go Brainstormer. And you can see the damage when it changes. It's ridiculous. This is Mayhem 4, guys. I'm just saying. Zane can do it. We can go ahead and stagger enemies when we boop them, as you can see here. So this guy can pretty much never move as long as I keep doing that. You can see my HP is always full. My shield's always full. Not that hard. Let's go ahead and get some speed here. Go for the crit. He froze. So you always want to be moving around while shooting. Okay, anointed enemy, check this out. You ready? Let's do some Dictator. Go bipod mode. And we're just going to keep bumping him over and over so he can't move ever. And as you can see here, we got the kill so easily. Effortless. Go for the crits. So if we need some speed, we'll pull this out. And look how fast we move, but this is ridiculous. Let's go for you over there. And you see when I freeze enemies, my action skill comes back instantly. So if you play your cards right, you can do this whole arena without ever losing your action skill. Pretty insane. I got him. One guy here. And look at my HP, watch. This guy's trying to kill me, right? It just will not go down. So you always want to be gone for critical hits if you can. And if you're in a panic where your action skill is about to run out, go ahead and pull out the Dictator and just kind of spam it like this. So action skill's about to run out. We'll pull out the Dictator and kind of effortlessly aim. There we go. And we got our crit, so we got our action skill back. So remember, the more speed you have, the more damage you have. Okay, this guy, he's frozen. Keep rocking back and forth while shooting. He's dead. Get some speed. Nice. That's how you do it. That was the full round 1, so we did the whole thing without losing my action skill once. Yeah, as you can see with this build for Zane, really easy for mobbing. Let's go ahead and go show off a boss. Well, I was going to do Graveward, but I feel like Graveward's overkilled. You know, he's in every video ever, so let's go ahead and do Tyrene instead. Modifiers are neutral for us, and we're going to go ahead and jump down. Let me show the build real fast, sorry. So we have ourselves the Sellout, we can put ourselves on fire. Cutsman, the Eruption for debuffing the enemy. And I swapped over to the Elemental Projector. So what we're going to do is put out our barrier and our drone. Pick that up. Debuff Tyrene. Shoot the floor. And go for shots. And you can already see that damage is ridiculous. Like, Zane can boss on Mayhem 4. Go for the crit. Debuff you. Go for fire. More shots. That was a whole nother cycle right there. You just want to make sure you're on fire when you're shooting the Cutsmen. That's all. And a little bit more. We'll just go ahead and not worry about the debuff. And there you have it. Boss down. And yeah, that's the build. So go ahead and try it out for yourself, guys, and let me know how it works for you. And if you guys did enjoy the video, then please be sure to leave a like, because that'd be awesome. And if you guys really enjoyed it, be sure to sub. You guys have a great day, and I will see you all later. Peace out.